everybody, we're gonna be doing a sleeving photo card video. I haven't done one of these in a while because there hasn't been really much to like talk about, but also I'm kind of lazy, right? So I just have a lot of photo cards today, but a lot has been happening in my life, so we're just gonna hear the yap, like K-pop related, right? And so we're gonna just get started. I also have really exciting cards to show you, aside from the fact that we are gonna be storing these cards shortly. I feel like I won't really upload this until I get my like newjeans package, but I just wanted to like have something to like film while we're like sleeving photo cards and whatnot. And so I do have a pretty good stack here. I think enough to like warrant and also show like not everything is like official. Like there's some like freebies in here that I'm storing of my friends. And so we have these, and then just in general like whatever. And so I use Dragon Shield for Minghao, and then I use popcorn sleeves for everybody else. But I just store them in these Dragon Shield boxes because it's easier for me. And so with that being said, we're just going to be starting. I think it has been a while since I've done one of these, just because like in general, like I don't need to be like, I started pumping out content a lot this year. And then over time, like I got busy, you know, or I was just traveling a lot. So it was kind of like, not like a burden, but just in general, very like, I'm a very like calendar based person. So I had like everything like planned and scheduled for a long time. And so in general, like I would have to like kind of basically make these videos and then make sure I also subsequently the next week upload a story card video. But today I wanted to make one because one, like it is content dry in the end of the year, and then at the same time I went to multiple K-pop concerts this year so far in the past few weeks that I wanted to talk about. But essentially why I'm here is because I went to go see Dreamcatcher on Sunday. Sorry, not on Sunday. I went to go see Dreamcatcher on Friday of last week, and I went into it blind because obviously I don't follow, you all know I don't follow Dreamcatcher like that, but I had a roommate in college where he loved Dreamcatcher, and so of course my whole house just loved K-pop, so we kind of just like knew and like tried to find like cards and stuff for his favorite members. I actually don't remember anymore who his favorite member is, but I now have a favorite member. I went into it because my friends and I, she won free tickets for the St. Pete date, and I think it's too big. No, it should be perfect. She won a St. Pete pair of tickets, so we went because we live nearby, and so it's like a random Friday night, and so because of that, we went, and I already like pre-listened to the album or the set list, because I usually am not the type to like want to listen to like a set list beforehand unless I like truly need to know what songs are on there. And so because I don't know Dreamcatcher, I didn't want to be like fake and like not know their music. And so I went and I went knowing that I would have to at least recognize a few songs here and there. And so I have a bunch of favorite songs now that I like from Dreamcatcher, and I'll pull it up right now. Some of my favorite songs on this set list would have to be Black or White. I mean, everybody's favorite is Boca. Rising was really catchy. All Day Long. I usually don't like slower songs, but Dreamcatcher All Day Long was really good. And Deja Vu is also really popular. Fireflies was a surprise for me because, again, I don't really usually like slower songs, but that was really fun. And then, of course, I didn't realize that Silent Night was basically like their Aju Nice. Like, they have this like segment where they just keep going like one more time, which is like an Aju Nice, right? And so we like one more time like 6 or 7 times, and it was so fun. And Justice is also popular, and then Bon Voyage, and then they ended up with Reason. I really enjoyed my time. I not only because like it was my first ever like girl group that I went to go see, but in general, like I just like knew that like they had amazing vocals. I just never really listened like that because their tracks actually their music tracks actually kind of sound different than them live, because obviously they sing very well live. So I feel like it was just so interesting to see like their like raw vocals. And so when I went into seeing Dreamcatcher, I only knew of Dummy because I guess I'd watched like a few collectors here on YouTube like collect them, and I knew like Yoohyun's name and then Jiwoo's name, but I didn't know how they look like. But obviously, like as they introduced themselves on the concert day, like at that point, like I was like invested. I knew that I was gonna like like stand them or at least listen to their music. And so I was like, at that moment, I like honed in and focused on like who was who at that concert date, which it doesn't matter because we sat like loge, or we sat like lower back orchestra, and so, or lodge, right? So I just feel that like I just feel, what was I saying? I feel like I already kind of knew their names, but I didn't know their faces and their vocals. But I would say like the whole night, like the person that was like bias wrecking me, even if I had a bias or just to choose a bias, was Shion. And so I think she's also a very popular member too, because you could just tell her aura, like she's so fun to be around. And I would say the whole time that they were on stage, like I would say most K-pop groups like have at least one costume change, because you know they're on tour, right? But like I didn't realize, because again I'm not a insomnia, so I just didn't know that they had different outfits every tour date, every tour show. But I just didn't know they didn't change like whatever. They didn't change during their show, right? And so I was like, why are they wearing like the clothes that they're wearing? Like I just think the cohesion was like not, like it worked out because they are really I'm not trying to be rude. I think it was like surprising to me that they just wore one outfit the whole night instead of like changing at least one time, or like at least having like outfits that like matched each other. But they, again, I feel like it worked out well because then they just wore whatever they felt comfortable wearing and then like performed all night. So to me, I was like shook because I was like, wow, like Yoohyun's body, right? Like I'll show a picture of what she was wearing, but she was wearing like this like denim fit, like slayed, literally slayed, right? And yeah, I was just like so shook. I was like, no way. So I definitely have been listening to Dreamcatcher since. Like there's nothing I have been listening to but that. And so that to me is just so funny because I always have Rising stuck in my head. And then if it's not Rising, then it's like No Doubt by enhypen. But respectfully, it's because like that song is like everywhere right now because they're promoting it. And also I like follow them closely like that because they're one of my groups right now. But so much has been happening. I just been trying to keep up with my daily life because came back from tour and I was like kind of exhausted actually. So just kind of doing this to like ground myself, like photo card collecting is grounding myself. But in general, like I feel like I just needed a moment to yap and just do all this. Look at these beautiful ass cards. It's like a different card texture, but I love Minghao for this. So I will be putting these in regular sleeves and then double sleeving. I always double sleeve Minghao. That's just a given. To be fair, I don't think I said this on camera, but I before, but I definitely, oh, this is the wrong sleeve. I definitely was like, if you watch this channel, you know that I've been basically like obsessed with Sunghoon, right? And so I just felt like it's not that serious, right? Like, but I feel like kind of bad for a second that I was like not like prioritizing my ult, which is a dumb thing to say because I can have multiple ults, right? But I just didn't feel like super excited like going, like I was like in denial that I was going to see 17 because we waited for so long. And so essentially I was like I was just like kind of not feeling like ready to go on tour because I just had a lot of things I had to accomplish at home first before I went. And so I was always feeling like so like rushed And also, like, in general, I've been collecting more, like, Sunghoon, because there wasn't much 17 stuff going on. But, of course, like, their comeback was, like, right, like, 2 weeks prior to them going on tour in America. So, it was very, like, rush, everything. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that, like, I kind of felt like I was not leaning towards, like, Minghao being, like, my ult. Like, which is crazy to say, right? But, of course, like, I kind of knew, like, after tour that it would change because I knew I had to, like, celebrate his birthday. And also, in general, like, preparing for a big tour that I went on like that, like, it costs a lot of money, but I've been saving for so long that it felt like finally that I was like spending it all. I felt like I had no, you know, funds, but obviously I saved for so long that it worked out. But it just felt like, how come I was spending all this money and I'm not on tour yet, right? This is just how I feel. And so, but of course, you know, I shared, I shared how I felt when I celebrated his birthday with him, which was iconic. Actually, I think I'll always live to tell that story. But I just in general like I love 17 a lot, and I always feel that look at this Bucky's card. I just always feel that like there's a reason why I'm still here collecting for them. I just think they are very genuine. And also, like, to talk about more about 17, like, they just won like 2 more like big awards at Mama, right? And so of course, like, I stand like really big groups I still stand big groups, but they, you know, it took got7 nearly like 7-8 years to win a daysang, right? And so I just think that like for how much 17 works, like, it also took them the same, like, what is this card? A photo card? Okay, sorry. I was like, I don't know what this album card. It took 17 equally as long as I feel like all my other groups, which kind of shows a testament to how hard 3rd gen groups work in general. And so I just know that I'm very like proud of them, and I think everybody's proud of like the Saebongs for just doing so many things the past year. I know like it's not easy to be an idol, especially under that company right now, but they live their life and they enjoy what they do, and so that it kind of shows in the way they have fans, right? And so I just think that becoming a fan is worthwhile in the years that I not have left as a K-pop idol or a K-pop fan, but just in general, like, I can only do at this intensity for so long. This is another Carrot Zone of Minghao, because I have both the Korean one and the US one. I am crazy, and you know this. You'll see this. So we have these here. We have these as well, these lucky draws that I've been withholding for a while. So lots of stuff to do. I have so many, like, I went from last month's video to having not much, like, 17 cards to this month it being like only 17 cards. So I just think, you know, it just shows that you collect at a different pace whenever it may be. Oh, I have a bunch of these Vernon cards too, which are so exciting, because I love Vernon. Vernon really bias wrecked me in terms of like concert biases, because he's always a good performer, so that's why it's nice to see him live. This card, this sleeve is too small. This is an S-Scoops card I traded for. Sungcho always takes good selfies. That's why it's so fucking hard to trade for him. Aside from the fact that he's also a very popular member to collect, I just think he makes my life so hard. Just kidding. Sungcho cards are a card that for every album era, I tend to just buy his cards. It's hard to trade for, because I collect so much of 17 that I need to prioritize different members at certain times. So I always prioritize my top 4, which is How, Woozi, June, and then Vernon. But, you know, sometimes those cards are easier to come by, so I just buy it whenever I can. But otherwise, I always collect hella of got7. I always say got7. I always collect hella of 17. And it took me a while, actually, to realize that they were one of my, like, top ults. Just because they're always so active, right? So you would think, like, you have that dedicated group that you love a lot, which I do, right? I have multiple, but EXO don't do much nowadays. And then you already know about got7, so we will eventually get that got7 comeback, which they definitely have been teasing recently. So actually, Jinyoung just straight out spoiled it. So whenever that time comes that got7 has that they have that comeback, like you will only hear about that, because I just think that I wasn't really active on YouTube when they had Na Na Na, or when they had got7 EP, or like was as collecting as I am crazy now. So I know when that day comes, you all will be sick of me storing their cards and collecting OT7. Like that is a given, because that is my group too. Yeah, there's so much going on. There's actually a lot of cards. But yeah, I had a good time at Dreamcatcher. I never thought that like Dreamcatcher would be my first girl group. I heard like Twice is going on tour too. I don't know if I'll see Twice because I don't know their music like that. I always thought that my first K-pop girl group would be aespa, which I bought tickets for next February. But you know, seeing Dreamcatcher first, like it kind of like it's at a smaller venue. It felt much more intimate, and also in general like much more iconic in the sense that like they are just such a different genre of music that like it is. Oh, there's two of them. The fuck? I was like, why? Good thing I didn't accidentally buy another one. But okay, basically, Dreamcatcher's music is like rock metal. So I just think it was so much different than what I usually listen to. But I think it's more my lane because I do listen to EDM too a lot. So that realm of music is there. And also they're like older, so they're not as like young as aespa. But anyways, I had a good time. My friends definitely had a good time. And then afterwards, you already know we were grubbing. We went to K Barbecue after because that was the only thing that was like open that late. I had a good time eating that, and then I just had to go to work the next day, which I was so tired the next day. But I think we didn't even go crazy at the concert, so that's why it ended up working out. But still, I just think this is an album card, or no, this is the US exclusive. I don't know yet if I want to collect all the US exclusives, because I feel that it might be easier to find because everybody bought US albums, especially with tour. But I don't know, because I feel like I am missing a good chunk of the members, so I don't want to do all that. Okay. I really liked enhypen's new album. They just did a repackage, so no doubt is very catchy. And then also like collecting this era hasn't been too hard. Maybe because I pulled a lot of the photo cards, but you'll see in like a future haul like what cards I pulled. But it was too good. Sunghoon came home. But yeah, there's like not much happening the rest of the year. Like I told my cousins that I wouldn't go anywhere anymore, but of course I went to go see Dreamcatcher, so that was like kind of like a lie, but it's okay. Okay, we have this cute lenticular that my friends got for me in Korea from K-Twitter. So we have that. But yeah, I'm like ready for Thanksgiving, but at the same time I'm like not, because my family always hosts Thanksgiving every year, and it's a lot because we also own a restaurant, so we have a lot of stuff to do every year. So we're always cooking, y'all. We're always cooking. Ooh, oh yeah, this card. Oh my god, finally, the round one. I like put off buying this for so long, and then finally found it for a good price. This like completes my Sector 17 era cards, and then we have some more Polaroids. Okay, these. Oh, actually, wrong way. You should see the stack of like Spill the Fuel albums next to me. It's like 10 albums deep, because my friends wanted copies too, so then I opened their copies. But in general, like you kind of gain more and more photo cards as time goes on, or like albums as you go on tour and stuff. So there's that. I don't know what else is there to talk about. I would say though that I miss, I can always talk about 17, but I miss them a lot. I just think, like, to me, because last time after Be the Sun, we like went on tour. And then we had to like, how do I say? We went on tour and then we waited like 2 years, right? And so it feels like the clock like restarted on like when they're gonna come back to America next. But there's a big rumor. This is so cute. This is a Minghao card, sorry. There's a rumor, not a rumor. There's just like, we want to manifest so bad that there's gonna be a LA encore concert, because they keep talking about big stadiums that they want to play, which recently, like Stray Kids, they are playing 2 days at SoFi, which is crazy to me because that's one of the biggest venues in LA, or like it's a football stadium, right? So it's huge. So good for them. I feel like if they can do it, then so can 17. So I will be there seated at SoFi when that day comes. I'm never gonna do floor for a stadium because it's just way too big. Like, yeah, if you get barricade, then that's great, but I just believe that I can't do it anymore. Even for BMO, it's kind of chaotic. But I had so much fun. But yeah, lots happening. This is a Woodsy card. So it's a regular album card. Yeah. I just do this. But I am so ready. So ready to see 17 again. But of course that's being selfish because I just saw 17, so always. It's like my old group. I sat down with myself yesterday because I had so many trips this year that I was like, no way did I like I went to see enhypen. I went to go see TXT. I went on my own family vacation and then went to Asia, and then like I knew that like I planned for 17 tour because, you know, at that point they announced it at the end of August. So I knew I was gonna see 17, but like the reality that I would see 17 like after I would see 17 and then afterwards it'd just be like the holidays. Like it like didn't hit me that the year is almost over, which is crazy because of course, you know, when it's the end of the year, that means the new year comes and more stuff happens, more stuff to buy, right? So I would say like I always tell myself I'm gonna spend like less money, but that is not the case. I always spend a lot of money with K-pop, but that's why I work so hard so that I could spend all my money on Minghao, right? Oh, also, oh my god, speaking of Minghao, how can I fucking forget? He literally has a solo. Like he literally has a solo album coming out, an EP in China. So it's 3 songs and there's a Vernon feature. I really don't remember the names anymore. It was like Orbit. I don't remember. It was just the font always fucks with me, so that's why I like can't focus because it's just so. Whoever designed the poster, like if it was Minghao, like good for you, but I literally can't read that shit. So there's that. But yeah, I'm excited for a solo. It's like been a long time coming. I just didn't think that it'd be so soon where he literally like would release his album and then everybody has their end of the year shows, or like they go to Japan for their solo or their like tour and everything. I was just so, it's just so crazy to me because they're just doing so much, right? So I'm excited for that. It's called Stardust, so it'll definitely be good. Oh wow, this Yeonjun card I like can't get let go of. I need to trade for Terry's, but I just can't bring myself to trade for Taehyun, so I'll just find Taehyun's later on Nyokyo. I've been ordering a lot from mercari Japan, but also today I like spent a good chunk of my time like putting shit up for sale on mercari because that's the only place that I can sell stuff now. I feel like Instagram doesn't really get like hits unless people like are like following you or like they know that you're gonna post. I don't know. It's hard to trade for anything. Honestly, the culture of trading is so wild where you have to trade right away or else like you're never getting that trade. So it is what it is. Like at that point I understand why people were buying, so why not put it on mercari? But it's so tedious to post every single card because I have so many cards, but whatever, people will start buying in bulk like hella, so I'm grateful for that. Sold a good chunk of my Baekhyun cards because I have a lot, as you all know. So wow, a lot of 17 cards this era. Oh my god, Minghao, we pulled this like Weverse exclusive, so I like already had a 9 pocket setup, but I will adjust. I like the headphone look more than like the one where he's the window, so we have that to put away. One of my nice mutuals, I waited in line for her for tour lucky draws, and then she in return she like gave me her album pulls, so I got both Minghao's, which is nice. That was a nice repayment because I would totally accept that any day. He's so cute. I cannot gush enough about Minghao. My friends sent me so they recorded the moment that Minghao like noticed our suite, and I like replay that moment, replay that video like 20 times over, like every single day. I just love it. Like obviously it's a little delusional, right, to like know that he like looked at us and waved at us, but I just think it was we intentionally knew it was gonna be like a very special day because it was his birthday. You don't really get to celebrate your idol's birthday with them like in person often, so that's why, like, at all, right? Because then most times you just catch their live and they're in Korea, like because we're not Korean and we are we are international fans. Like, rarely do you happen to be in concert on the day of your favorite's birthday. So I think, like, like I said, I will remember that moment forever. You can scan that, I don't care, but like I will remember that moment forever, of me going to my hometown. Like, again, I will mention it again, like, I got to see Minghao in my own hometown, so I just think it was very special that I got to do that. But also I love, like, I grew up there, right, for over 20 years, so I just think it's been a good run, so why not love them in the town that I started liking them in. So we have Yeonjun, red hair, crazy. I can't let go of these cards either. Like, I need to collect for Terry's, but I can't let go of his red hair. Yeonjun's always been my second bias, I fear, so it's like, whatever. Alrighty, I don't know how long this video is, but I pulled 2 Terry's too in my copies for tomorrow Weavers, so that was nice. All my groups have been very active at the end of the year, but also like too active. I think one thing that like we all can talk about is like Subin going on hiatus. Like, that's my best friend's ult, so like she was kind of like, yo, like, yeah, it's like about time that, like, you know, he go on his break. Oh, I think this one goes in these sleeves. But I feel like there's like a weird line between like wanting your favorite idol to do and be promoted as much as they can, but like also like taking a break, right? So like if an idol takes a break, then anybody can call mistreatment, right? Because then, not like a break, but like when an idol doesn't have many activities lined up, like you can call mistreatment. I feel like a lot of people, like, you can kind of see that Belift kind of does that to Sunu, but also at the same time, like, enhypen do work very hard, so you never know because you don't know them, right? And obviously, like, Seungkwan's letter about how, like, even if they're idols, like, they are still human, like, that is kind of a crazy thing to, like, for him to say, that, like, people are forgetting that these are just humans. Like, even, like, the whole controversy with, like, Vernon's fan calls, like, at the end of the day, like, they are working so hard, and if you consume into what they do, then, like, good for you, but at the same time, like, they also deserve that break. But also, if you feel that, like, they're not active or they're not giving you that content, I feel like that's when we as fans have to, like, step back and understand that, like, they can only do so much. Oh my god, this got 7 cards. Crazy! These go in these sleeves, I think. No, the thinner sleeves. Got 7 cards in 2024 is crazy. Anyways, my life has been kind of crazy. I just think it's back to normal, but at the same time, like, because I'm recovering from, like, chaos, I seek and I yearn, right, for more, like, trips. But obviously, like, financially, I can't go anymore this year because it's, like, holiday season, so I'm not trying to do nothing crazy. But at the same time, like, planning for next year is going to be wild too, because I don't know what next year holds for me. Because next year I could possibly go international again with my friends to, like, Japan or something, because they've been saving up for that. Or I could go to Vietnam, or perhaps, like, go to Korea to see got7. I don't know. I can do anything next year, right? But I just know that, like, I will have to go to school next year, so I'm definitely, right now, I'm applying to school right now. I have been delaying applying to school for so long, and my friends have always told me, like, it's better to go now than to go later, because then when you're later, it's, like, hard to get back onto that routine. And so that's why I'm, like, pushing myself to go back to school. But I always wanted to go to school, don't get me wrong. So I need to get my master's so I can, like, get a better paying job, I would say. But, you know, nowadays it's like everybody just works, and it's hard to, like, get a job even right now. So I will do what I can, but at the same time, that also means, like, I can't go crazy for K-pop like I have been, because money, everything costs something, right? So I definitely am aware of that. That's why I feel like I can't necessarily collect any more groups, but at the same time, prioritizing experiences over anything. So I don't know. My friends are just very bougie, and they always, like, the fact that I went skydiving for their birthday, that shit itself cost, like, and then we went to a buffet after, like, that shit itself costs, like, probably, like, $250, $300, like, normally, right? Or, like, my friends like to go on trips for their birthdays, so we'll go places. Or, I don't know, I'm just at that age where everybody wants to go somewhere. But, like, is it really feasible to go to Vegas for a weekend? Not really. Because drinks are expensive. Covers are expensive. I mean, even if I'm a woman, like, it's hard to go to Vegas. So anyways, that is what we do. Well, when my friends and I go to Vegas, we don't go to the clubs. We like we go and we go buy K-pop albums and go get like ice cream and boba all the time. All you can eat sushi. Like, that's my definition of going to Vegas. Anyways, we're also just like driving there. So that is what we have. We're almost at the end. What is this? TXT? I believe this is Sanctuary. Sanctuary is a good album too. I love the song Resist, and then 41 Wings. That's my best friend's favorite. But I can get down. I can get down with that album. I forgot what the title track is. Is it Heaven? Probably Heaven, right? But yeah. Oh, also random, but like we went to the TXT pop-up and they like filmed like a reel or a TikTok, whatever, and my best friend like wanted to be in the front or like, you know, do the lip syncing part of it. So I just like joined her because I'm not gonna like stand in the back, right? Because we're like together and we're in it together. Like, I'm not embarrassed. And like the way they like made us the cover of the Instagram reel, and so all of my friends like sent me, they're like, bro, not me seeing like Sarah in the Wild. And I was like, yeah, you know what, like I rarely do K-pop things. Like, this is just the one time that I happened to be on the cover of Instagram. But that was fun. Well, I actually have a lot of TXT cards, I guess because I bought TXT cards and merch and stuff. But that's gonna be fun. I'm like not even close to collecting all of 17 yet. Like, this is just a portion of it. But obviously I'm doing OT13 for 3 of the sets, and then 3 of the sets, and then all of Carrot basically. So, and Weavers. So that's why there's a lot of cards to be sleeved soon. But I'm just gonna put these away first. Yeah, I'd say my bias list has definitely changed. Like, the way Joshua, like, I'm not saying I never liked Joshua. You know, you have the 13 members. There's always like a bias at certain moments in time. But I would say like Joshua was always like kind of in the middle or like closer to the last third. And like, I don't collect Joshua cards at all. Like, at all. Like, I always would trade them off because like my friends need them or whatever. But the way that like this tour, he really solidified his spot. Like, I feel like he's still in the middle. Don't get me wrong, because I love like Magne line first, but it's just so funny to me that like it took Love Money Fame Joshua. I'm gonna insert the clip right now because that clip is too iconic. But it took that clip for him to like, for me to like love Joshua even more, you know, which is like a crazy thing to say because I've always loved Joshua, but still. Oh my god, I still have these. What the heck? Oh, these are okay. We have so many of the Dimension Dilemmas. I'm just trying to sell them off now because I just want to see if I can pull Sungoon. But any chance I get, I will go to the store, buy a Dimension Dilemma. What is it called? A essential version, and see if I can pull it, because obviously it's more expensive to buy the card individually than to buy the album and pull it and try to trade it off. But you know, they're so old now. Like, the album is so old that like it's nowhere near easy to trade. But I'll just sell it if I can. But yeah, this is me sleeving all my cards. I don't even know what I talked about today, but in general, my life update is that I'm good. I will continue to do this channel for a little bit. There'll be much more videos towards the end of the year, aka like in the next few weeks. I'm gonna do some cool ideas that I always wanted to make. I don't care if they don't get views, because again, these are for me to watch again. But Spotify Wrapped comes out soon, and I think this year has been definitely heavily influenced by my K-pop groups instead of like Taylor Swift, which I always get like top #1. But she didn't really listen to her this year because like whatever. She pissed me off earlier this year because her boyfriend beat my team in the Super Bowl earlier this year. So I have no feeling, like, I'm not even boycotting that bad, but it's just like I just started listening to enhypen, so that's probably what took over most of my Spotify Wrapped. But I'm gonna do like a top 100 Spotify Wrapped type of vibe, because that's gonna be so fun to see like what songs made the top 100 that is K-pop, because I still listen to non-K-pop, so that's why it's always a good time to see how much K-pop has influenced my Spotify. And then also my top 100 cards of this year, because I definitely collected last year I collected hella, so this year I probably even collected even more. So that is basically everything that I have to sleeve today. I have this whole stack of just... Why did I put Vernon here? I have this whole stack of Minghao, which is impressive to me. Because they're like pretty high ISO cards. And then we have a lot of 17 as always. We have a lot of TXT this time, I would say. Enhypen, not too bad, but I think the next few weeks, Enhypen will... Once I sleeve my Newjeans, that'll be good. And then we always have remnants of Baekhyun, and then we have newjeans. Oh, I bought newjeans. I like to buy their Weavers versions. And I figured with all the news coming out about them recently, like this would probably be one of their last few albums. So I just like bit the bullet and bought it. Because I was supposed to buy it when I was in Asia, but I like didn't have enough room, I would say. And so that's why I decided to buy it when I was in America, which is only like a few dollars more because it's a Weavers version. But yeah, that is what we have here today. I'm still on the hunt for more 17 Weavers versions. Hopefully I can buy them for cheaper because I'm not trying to spend like $12-13 for 3 cards. So I am so happy that 2025 is going to be a pretty good year, I would say. Better than 2024. This year was kind of crazy. Like, even if I went so many places, it was still kind of crazy in my personal life. So if you know, you know. But if got7 is coming back, I think I know that it'll be a good year. So, but yeah, this is it for sleeving card video. So I'll see you later. Bye!